The murder of 6-year-old JonBenet Ramsey captivated the nation and put her family under the microscope, with many speculating that her father, mother, brother, or all three were involved in her killing.
Area where 4 sets of remains, remember, they were found last fall.
A stunning breakthrough in one of Australia's most infamous unsolved crimes, the Wanda Beach murder.
You fix what's broken when you make that smile. So just stay for a little while. So just stay for a little while.
And good evening, everyone, and welcome
Hello.
back to another edition of It Remains to Be Seen. And as always, we have on your left your beautiful hostess, Lori. And over... Hi there, beautiful. And over here on the right, it's me, Bob.
Oh
and
no. Tell me it's not doing that green thing again.
I'm just making sure everything's going the way... Uh-oh.
Ah, shh.
I think your camera is
Oh crap, it really
flipping
is.
out. It's doing that green thing again. I'm sad to say. Yeah, it's kind of a weird effect. I mean, I can still somewhat see you there. Oh no, I'm seeing multiple. Your
Hold on
camera's
a
having
second
like
here.
multi-vision.
I got this. Oh no.
Oh, that sucks.
Uh,
Well, you guys are stuck with us one way or the other, so.
Alright.
Gotta love technical
Am I back?
difficulties. You know, they always have a tendency to happen when you least expect them to. There, yep, you are back, beautiful. There you are. Yeah, it's
Awesome.
it seems to be showing you. You've got your I don't know what that background is, but it looks really good on you. But you are there, and welcome back, everyone. And tonight we are going to be talking a bit more on the Gabby Petito case. Man, what's the best way that I can say this? The only things that have developed that we know of in Summer's case as of right now is that Mr. Wells definitely needs to plan his restroom time better. That was quite an interesting situation that I heard about. Yeah, so we have a question out there by YT_Make'emSalty. So what were your thoughts on the police report? And then also said it's such a confusing case, really. It is. And speaking of the police report, we're going to read that together. I'm going to share my screen through OBS out here.
No, but I think my camera froze.
And we're going to take a look at that as well as some other stuff tonight. But any opening words there, hon? Oh, no. Wait. Hold on. Can you wave? Can you wave? Yeah, no, I see you. I mean, with what little I had to put my magnifier down there, like toward the bottom to see you, but I saw you wave, so it seems to be working. For anybody who's new to the channel, myself, I am
Where's the? Okay,
legally
so
blind. I
one
have
thing I
no
want to
vision
say
in my
before you
left
read the
eye and
police
20 over
report
1,000 in my right. So I use magnification or
is what
screen
do you
readers or
guys
both
think is
to
going
get
on in
things
this
done.
case? Like seriously,
So
'cause
you'll
do
have
you
to
think
bear
that
with me
couple,
sometimes.
that married
I
couple,
can be a lot to
do
put
you
up
think
with,
that
but you know,
they have a connection to
it's the way it goes.
Gabby and Brian?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And if you're not subscribed, please do subscribe.
That's a good question, and we're going to look at an
And if you
article about
have,
that
thank
as
you.
well tonight for anybody who isn't caught up on that. We have interesting. Yeah, and we do thank you for likes and for subscribers. It's much appreciated as we work on growing the channel. So, Suburban Kid says, did anyone besides me call that weird number on
Yeah, I
Brian's
don't know
IG
anything about
page
that.
connected to his drawing pictures? Heard the weird
All right.
voicemail.
Do you want to?
I
I don't
wasn't
believe
aware of
they're
that.
connected.
Can you
You don't
elaborate on
believe they
that?
are.
That's interesting. Very interesting.
But what are the odds of them being there
Man.
and that couple being there on the same night?
I would hope not. Um, so it's hard to say. It's really hard to say. I mean, it definitely seems weird, especially being in the same type of lifestyle or whatever you'd like to call it. I mean, it sounds like it would be awesome to be out there traveling. Um, but you know, it
Well, nobody knows
let's
where
see.
the heck or what state
It
or
also says if they found them,
city.
why wouldn't they have found Gabby? You know, it yeah. It's definitely an unknown. I mean, sometimes things happen in this world. I mean, you know, I yeah, you know, have you ever been out and about and been in the same place as somebody who you haven't seen in, you know, say 5, 10 years, and all of a sudden you're there in the same place? I mean, it's hard to say. It's really hard to say. Um, let's see. Yeah, but correlation and causation aren't the same. Exactly, exactly. Yep, statistical terms there. I learned that phrase. In statistics last January, correlation does not equate to causation. So we're going to take a look at the police report here. And so a little bit of background for anybody who is new to the case. Gabby Petito is a 22-year-old. She and her fiance Brian were they were in Long Island for the graduation of a loved one. They left on July 2nd and headed out. They were going to just kind of live the van life. They were going to be living out of the van. Evidently, Gabby had gotten a drone. The link to their solo YouTube video on the channel Nomadic Static is in the description. And she had gotten a drone, and she was wanting to build a channel and a following. It seems. She seemed excited about it. They were both reportedly in love and engaged. They were traveling. The new thing that has been filled in this case is that they were in the area of Moab, Utah, and around the time of August 12th. We'll get into that in a bit, and just fill in that gap there. But the mother last heard from Gabby on August 25th. There was a FaceTime. There evidently were some text messages thereafter, but even the family was kind of wondering if that was really Gabby. She was last seen coming out of a hotel in Salt Lake City, according to the articles that I've read. But her last known whereabouts would have been in Grand Teton National Park in Wyoming, which is about 945 miles away from Brian's parents' home, where they had resided together over in North Point, Florida. And basically, let's see, it was September 25th was last known contact via FaceTime, and Brian returned home by himself in Gabby's van on September 1st. So, now we're going to go back to this police report that was... Oh,
Okay,
go ahead.
hang on a sec.
Mhm.
Got some comments. Make him salty said, could this be a planned clout hoax? Yeah, but, because I don't know. It's been kind of going around that it's
Mhm.
possible that that's what this is. Because they're a new, channel and, they'd want to grow, obviously, and everything like that. But I don't understand how him coming back to Florida with her van and him refusing to speak, I don't know how that fits, honestly, because, oh crap, we got comments here, hold on. I gotta make my thing bigger. I'm blind.
I know the feeling. I'll read this comment by YT Make 'em Salty. You're good. You're good. It's
I did
comic
not
relief. It's
mean
comic
that.
relief. It's all good. I can laugh at myself. It's all good. But YT Make 'em Salty. One video, 7.9K followers. They both stay quiet and until they get to a goal. Then she makes a call. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. Suburban Kid says the number on Brian's IG page is 786-519-3708. It said something about together we will march into the future in a weird voice. Then it hangs up. That is weird.
Wait, is that something that is actually on his Instagram?
Yeah, that's what Suburban Kid said. Hi there, Mahir. How is it going? Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out. Is it still up there, Suburban Kid? So in the meantime, so I'm gonna go away from. Well, actually, I'll keep the chat open for now. The first thing we're gonna do is kind of look at this police report and just let you guys know I use the dark theme on a lot of my stuff. I downloaded the PDF. The article that has a direct link to the police report is also in the description, so you all can access that. And the good thing is that when I'm reading this, you guys won't get a view of my forehead because it's going to take up the whole screen. So, I'm going to bring up the police report. There we go. And this police report was from August 12th, 2021, between 4:30 p.m. and 6:04 p.m. You can see some of the information as we're going down. There was disorderly conduct. This is a redacted police report. There are some things that are blotted out as we go down. One thing that I noticed with my PDF reader that I'm using, guys, is that as we go down, it's going to go back into a normal contrast as we get into the second page or so. I'll try to read this as with as much articulation as possible as we go down. But I wish this thing had smooth scrolling. I really do. Okay, so we have a person by the name of Christopher who was a witness in this situation. Then we have Brian Christopher Laundrie, white male. He is listed as the victim. And then we have Gabrielle Venora Petito, who is listed as the suspect. And so we're going to come down here. Hopefully, if y'all want me to scroll back or anything at any given time, let me know. And It states here that they were in a white transit minivan. That's the 2012 Ford Transit minivan. We're going to get down here a bit further. There are two different reports written here.
Okay,
Yeah.
2 seconds. I do want to address the chat because we have quite a few comments, but I don't know what number you guys are talking about, and B, I'm not sure what that K Helvin. I don't know if that would really. He can't say that she had a mental breakdown and took off and went home, because then why wouldn't he talk? Why wouldn't he be happy to say that?
Yeah, that's the interesting thing. That's something else that we're going to bring up here in a little bit. The most recent statement from the family's attorney. Yeah.
What?
The most recent statement from the family's attorney that we were talking about.
That was
Yeah.
messed
We'll bring that up
up.
after the police report. Just remind me to keep on track. Okay. Do you want me to go ahead, or are there any other comments out there to address?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Well, there's comments, but that's
Okay.
fine. They can talk for a few
So,
couple minutes until you finish. But I do want to address something though after you're done.
okie dokie.
Reading that.
Well, okay.
Go ahead.
So the first report that we have here is from Eric Pratt on August 12th, 2021. MCPD, which is Moab City Police Department, officers were dispatched to a report of a domestic problem that had taken place near the Moonflower Co-op. This is a store. This is actually the store that one out of the couple who was killed worked at. Don't know if there's any connection there. Not trying to connect things there because I don't have enough information to know. It appeared that a male and female had left the scene, traveling north on Main in a white Ford Transit van with a black ladder on the rear after the male and female had engaged in some sort of altercation. It wasn't clear, but I believe it was reported the male had been observed to have assaulted the female. I heard other officers report they were off to look for the vehicle, and being that I had to pass the Moonflower in order to go to Main Street, I stopped there to see if any witnesses were still in the area. I found one identified as Chris. I took down his phone number and left the scene because I heard Officer D. Robbins tell dispatch that he'd located the suspect vehicle near the turn to Arches National Park. I heard him state that upon initiating a traffic stop, he'd observed the vehicle leave its lane and strike the curb before stopping near the entrance to the park. Now, this is where it's going to go into a regular contrast because I believe that this is... Oh, no. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to try to read this the best that I can. I don't do as well in the regular contrast, but here we go. I arrived on scene and observed as two park officers also arrived. I assisted Officer Robbins with his investigation until I was called away to a reports of an intoxicated male near MRH, which myself as well as others believe this to be the Moab Regional Hospital, posing a safety risk to himself or others. Before leaving, I spoke with the male driver of the van, the female passenger, and also called Chris to get more information from him. All three individuals gave me a similar and consistent story consisting of the basic idea that the driver of the van, a male, had some sort of argument with the female. Gabby, as I recall. The male tried to create distance by telling Gabby to go take a walk to calm down. She didn't want to be separated from the male and began slapping him. He grabbed her face and pushed her back as she pressed upon him in the van. He tried to lock her out and succeeded, except for his driver's door. She opened that and forced her way over him and into the vehicle before it drove off. No one reported that the male struck the female. Both the male and the female reported they are in love and engaged to be married and desperately didn't wish to see anyone charged with a crime. There were no significant injuries reported, and both agreed that Gabby suffers from serious anxiety, etc. It appeared that this incident was more accurately categorized as a mental emotional health break than a domestic assault. I had to leave, but I understand that Officer Robbins got the male lodging through Seahaven. Let's see, I'm going to scroll down here a bit, make sure I don't lose my place. I'm pretty sure you all are seeing it unmagnified out here, but on my screen, like, I'm seeing one light at a time. I have to have it super huge. Gabby retained possession of the van, and they agreed to separate for the night. No charges were filed, and no one wished for charges to be filed or for the separation to take place, although that was at minimum what Officer Robbins required in lieu of making a case against Gabby for domestic assault. Gabby is a 22-year-old female who is approximately 5'2" through 5'4", and around 110 to 120 pounds, while her fiance is older, taller, and much heavier than her. He had no fear for his safety and did not exhibit any indicators that he may be a victim of battered boyfriend syndrome, etc. He was assessed to be at low risk of danger or harm as a result of his proximity to his fiancée Gabby. Nothing further. And that's the end of that part. Do we have any comments out there to address, Hun, or do you want me to kind of go through?
Oh, we have comments. We've got lots of comments.
Oh wow. Okay.
And we got lots. Like we got, it goes back. You got to go back up. Like it's got like we got probably like 40 comments.
Okie dokie. Wow. Let me try to. I'm gonna zoom this a little bit so that I'm. Let's see. What I'll do is I'm going to leave that PDF window where it is, but I'm going to bring it back to our there we go. Bring that back to us, and let me see here.
Go back up to Suburban Kid when he says at Ion. The number on Brian's Instagram page is.
Oh yeah. No, I think I read that before we did the report, and the number is given there. I'm actually going to copy that to my clipboard here because, and if anybody's curious about it, *67. if you're worried about your phone number going out, that's really weird. Okay, and then we had Mahir say hi. I hope YT underscore make him salty. Is it okay if I just call you salty for short, or make him salty, or what would you prefer? I just want to make sure to address, people correctly here. Tried the number. No longer active. Suburban Kid says, I just called the number. It still works. Might have messed up the number. I'll try again. Suburban says, Ion, yes, it's the drawing picture on his IG page with the rats holding guns and a bloody knife. Oh, holy crap! What is? Wow.
That's
Kay
kind of where I
Havlin.
got lost.
Yeah. Kay Havlin. He's going to say she had a mental breakdown and took off, and he went home. See it coming. That would not surprise me, honestly. Make him salty. Yep. Dang, that's weird. Holy cow. Maybe. Okay. 1 second here. I'm going to, why don't I just dial this while we're on here?
Oh, Lord.
Everybody can hear. Hold on. 1 moment, guys. Again, takes me forever, but, *67 and 786 519 and 3708. All right. Let's see what we get here, guys. Strange. I'm hearing 519-3708. Let me make sure this is correct. 786-519-3708. Try this one more time. Into the future. So it's a voicemail. Yep, and it definitely sounds creepy.
Wait, is that his voicemail?
I think it is. I don't know. It just says March into the future, and then it says you've got the wrong number, and it's in a really strange voice.
Creepy as shit. Dude.
That really is, isn't it? Okay. Kay Havlin report basically says she was the abusive one in the incident. Yeah, I was noticing that too. Kay Havlin. Make him salty. Pratt is the officer who responded to assist wildlife officer. Kay Havlin says because someone's parents' lawyer said don't tell anyone that. If something happens to be her, it'll be on you. Yeah, okay. With that statement being made, let me jump into that. I have another statement. I read one yesterday when we were out here. Okay, and this is what we got here. Okay, lawyer gave another statement. Says, in my experience, intimate partners are often the first person. Sorry, guys, this catches me because it's a grammar thing. Should be people, but that's just me. I make my mistakes too, but are the first person law enforcement focuses their attention on in cases like this, and the warning that any statement made will be used against you is true. Yes, that's the way that it works. Regardless of whether my client had anything to do with Miss Petito's disappearance, yeah, regardless, this is really interesting. Oh, wait, okay, here we go. As such, on the advice of counsel, Mr. Laundrie is not speaking on this matter. Yeah, really interesting, isn't it? Really interesting.
I don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Okay, let me come back here to the chat.
I think you should just start at the bottom.
All
It's
right.
like, missed and what you missed and
Let's see.
and
Oh, salty is fine. Okay. Okay. Thank you for that. What you think of that weird picture on Brian's IG page with that weird phone number attached to it? So Kay Havlin, Suburban Kid, had mentioned that on Brian's Instagram page, which I don't. Suburban Kid, can you post a link to that here in the chat if you don't mind? That evidently there's a picture on Brian's Instagram which is a drawing of rats, and there's a bloody knife on it. It says the pic was weird as. Sorry, my kids my kids are gonna be coming back home pretty soon, so anyway, but yeah, Kay Havlin says just saw, never mind. Okay. What in the world? Kay Havlin, see, he's going to say he left her there alive because she said to. It's hard because I talk to you as you're talking. It's crazy, Kay Havlin, because the way that this works is there's like a 7 to 10 second delay. So like we have to kind of like we have to try to figure out what part the comments were in reference to, because you guys are hearing it like 7 to 10 seconds after we say it. It's streaming life. Salty says, so I think he got tired of dealing with the ups and downs. I think he called his family and they told him to just take the vehicle and come home after she maybe wanders off. That's another angle. Let's see. Should we go back to Robbie's police report and elaborate on that, do you think?
Oh, I think it. Well, he just says it.
Yeah. In his report, it seems that both of them deal with some form of mental health issues, and so it's not just Gabby. Kay Havlin says there's a pressure on this case at noon tomorrow. I hope so. Or wait. I wonder if that means press conference. If it was like a dictation thing, or I hope something gets done with this. But the authorities are, becoming very frustrated with Brian's unwillingness to cooperate with them. To me, that's very suspicious. It's very suspicious. Suburban Kid says Brian IG name is, so if you do on Instagram, you go to the search and it's @ bizarre _design_ if you all want to see the weird picture. Thank you for that.
Well, hell yeah.
Elaborate on their psychology. So in the police report, it's blacked out as to the conditions other than Gabby's severe anxiety. In the police report that Robbins places in, when he mentions the mental health conditions, it's actually blacked out, and it's really hard to say on that one, unfortunately. Let's see. The report says just Gabby. Um, let's see. There is a press conference. Yeah. Was that a voice dictation thing, Kay Havlin? Because I deal with voice dictation all the time, and oh my gosh, has it made some very interesting situations. Salty says the report says Gabby has a mental illness. Yeah. In Robin's report, here let me bring that up, and I'll scroll down to that part because you'll notice that in the report, and again, if any of you are interested, if you don't have it already, you can get the report from. There's a link in the description directly to the report, as well as to the article that references the report from the Daily Beast. Let me.
Yeah, I'm not sure what mental illness she has because it was blacked out, but anxiety and something.
Yeah, it was. There,
It was
there
a
it
longer
is.
one.
There it
so.
is. So she suffers from, and then it's blacked out over in these areas. There are two different things. Um, and at that time she was crying uncontrollably. She was breathing heavy. She was wiping her nose, wiping her hands on her knees, and let's see. And combined with little arguments she and Brian had been having. Just a second, I've got a cough, so I'm going to mute. Okay, there we go. It's hard to say. Like it is totally blacked out. I mean, let me see if I can zoom in on this because there's not a whole lot.
Oh no, actually, Salty. I think that they both do, or they both at least suffer from anxiety or anxiety and whatever the hell the other one thing is. I did hear on a report.
I thought I saw it too about Brian as well, but I'm just kind of okay. Okay, here we go. I think it's down here. Had been building over the last few days. This in turn caused. Okay, hang on. Okay, here it is. Here it is in the police report. After I sat Gabrielle in the back seat of my car, I asked Brian to step out of the vehicle to speak with me. He told me that they both suffer from, and then it's blacked out. And although her mental illness, we'll just say, is more advanced than his, issues between the two had been building over the last few days.
That's right. It's just he suffers from anxiety. I believe it's anxiety and whatever he had just said there. It wasn't a mental illness. It was just anxiety.
In Eric's report, he had mentioned the anxiety, but then in Officer Robin's report, you have the mental health condition blacked out. On okay, Salty says go to the first report. See that Brian asked her to walk off and calm down. Yeah, that was written in there. The report just says Gabby. Anxiety fits there. Okay, so you all were correct. They both do. Yeah, there were two different reports. There was I can't remember the last name of the first officer. Yeah, I would think anxiety as well. But see here, let me see if I can zoom in on one of those longer ones. Like I was watching. Man, there's a super long one there. But there was a YouTube channel, and they were zooming in and trying to see if they could make any sense of it. Just one second, guys, because it's going to take me a minute to find it. Just remember, it's like one line at a time for me. Okay, I think it's... So, like... This is only speculation, okay? But there's this really long one right here. I don't think my cursor shows up.
Oh, you were almost down.
I don't think my cursor shows up, right? It's
No, your cursor doesn't, but I don't know where
okay.
the hell you
So,
are.
well, you probably won't see it for like the next 7 seconds. But I have it situated so that it's like toward the middle of the screen. But I'm going to kind of zoom in on this blacked out area. Someone was speculating that it could have been potentially bipolar disorder. And if you notice in this blacked out area, there's like a toward the top of that long thing, that long blacked out area. There's a part of a letter that's sticking up. But the thing is that there's more, there's a lot more of that going down the way. So it's really hard to say. That
But you know what? A lot of those disorders, they have like a whole big word for them. And it's
let's
hard to
see.
say. I don't think it's really. Obviously, there's a reason why we're not willing to know what the word is. So, I mean, I don't think it really has much bearing.
Right. Let me see if I can get back to OBS really quick. Where's OBS? Shoot.
Because of that
There it is.
little thing they had going on there where the police were involved, it's not going to matter anymore because, as somebody said already, she was painted the person that was
She was the one. Yeah, she was a suspect in the case.
So, I mean, once it's like that, it's like that always. I mean, and it also depends too. If she was freaking out at the thing, like she would have probably been the one that was charged with something if he was calm. And
yeah, it's really hard to say. I'll go ahead, hon.
Well, I mean, just going off of personal experience. I mean, I was arrested because I was the one that was freaking out. I wasn't the one that was abusive, but I was the one that was freaking out. And, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Salty says, go ahead, hon. I'm sorry if I cut you off there. Go.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not too sure if that's the case, Salty. That's
She said, just go on the report. That I'm just saying, she weighs on the side of violence and he the pacifist. There aren't any answers specifically as to the scratches on her arms though. Like there may be more. I don't know. It's so hard to say.
How do we know she didn't do it?
It's hard. That's also hard to say. Because cutting and things like that can typically be a result of dealing with those deep depressions and things and methods of self-harm. Kay Havlin says, I agree with you, even with him saying that just because of the fact she was hysterical, he wasn't. He had scratches. She didn't. I believe that the police report had mentioned that she had scratches on her arms, but they never got a direct answer as to, like, I think Brian said that happened when, what was it? That when she hit his arm, which caused him to kind of go over into the curb when the police were behind them. Salty says they also noted her behavior more so than his and investigated to see if he was the victim. Uh-oh. I'm kind of losing my place here in the chat. That's a good thing, though. It's good to have everybody out here and have people to interact with. Here we go. Okay. Let's see. Kay Havlin says, odd because I just saw a comment on Facebook. Someone said he got sick of her highs and lows and left her there. Man, oh man. Salty says.
But you see, it's all definitely speculation because I mean, nobody, not even the police, know what
Right.
know. So, yeah, it's and I mean, if they don't know, then we sure as hell
Salty says, so
don't know.
maybe he's suffering from a PTSD situation, hence his silence. Kay Havlin says, if she called her mom today, I wouldn't be surprised. I just wish she would. I know, I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. Salty also said, I also said that earlier, the high and low stuff. Kay Havlin says, his arm's not hers. My apologies on that. Um, let's see. And Salty says, it's hypothetical, but we don't have much to go on. No, unfortunately, we don't. We don't have much of anything. You know, it's crazy. We're going to keep following it, and when we have more, breaking news on that, we will definitely bring that out for you guys, and we can chat about it out here. But there really isn't a lot to go on.
Yeah,
All
no,
we
there
can
really isn't.
do is just hope and pray that she's okay out there, wherever the heck she is, and that she gets in touch with somebody. Um, you know, that would be scary, being 945 miles away from home without a vehicle, and in like I was saying last night, in a lot of those areas in Wyoming, the areas that I've been through, anyways, cellular signal sucks. It absolutely sucks. So,
Uh,
Salty says, so what do we know about her last known? Can we see that on a map? Like Google, Google Map it. I'll see if I can bring one up. Pull his IG page up. You can see the picture. Press conference at noon tomorrow. Maybe means they have something. Definitely going to have to be checking on that. I'm assuming last place was Wyoming because her parents are out there now. Yeah. Supposedly, she was at Grand Teton National Park in Wyoming. Let me see if I can find a map, and I'll share my screen out here. 1 second, guys. Okay. Now I've never.
yeah, her dad or stepdad is out there. I don't know if her dad's out there, but I know the stepdad is. There was he's not searching, I don't think, because they're not searching. They just want people to get her name out there, which is kind of weird.
Yeah, it is.
Wait, that's right. What I just said, right?
That he's not searching out there.
Yeah, because law enforcement said they didn't want them people
Let's
searching.
see.
They just want to share the what should I do? Her name. I just oh.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a good map for us, guys, but let's see, maps.google.com. Okay, so let me see if I can get us. Oh my goodness.
No, I saw something, guys. Hold on a second. I saw something today here somewhere in my papers that
Okay.
for the the press conference. The press conference from today said they recovered materials from Gabby's van, but said they were not prepared to release details on the findings. So they do supposedly have something.
Very interesting. I'm trying to see if I can get a map from North Point, Florida to Grand Teton, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull that off. I'm going to have to practice on this one, guys. I apologize because I don't I don't mess with maps too often.
Yeah, but if Buddy isn't speaking, don't you think it's a very good possibility that he made sure that there was no evidence in the van? I
Well,
mean,
sometimes people think that they've gotten rid of the evidence, just to find out that they were wrong. Like in the cases. My head is out of it, guys. Oh my goodness, we were just talking about it the other day. Hold on. I just want to make, yeah, the Tristan Bailey case, and the mom was washing the pants and things to try to get the blood out of the pants, allegedly, and basically, um, they still found it, and they found it in the sink drain. So people, and unless they know what the heck they're doing, I think it would be very hard to hide all the evidence. Um,
well, I'm sure she's going to have DNA in the van. I mean, it was her van.
Salty says no. If they had more, it'd be tonight. Um, Holding at noon means more time needed. Kay Havlin says mom and stepdad are out there. Salty says probably say tracking a few possible leads and nothing further. My thing is like the parents had pleaded with Brian. At least tell them if they're looking in the right area. Um,
No, he might not be a pro, but God, I would think in 2021 that if you're going to be doing shit like that, you're going to obviously try to be as careful as you can be to do it because, like, you don't want to get caught.
mm-hmm.
And in all fairness, with all the videos out there, all the whatever's out there, and all the like stuff just on murderers, you pretty much have enough information, I'm sure, that you could get away with it. I don't know. I couldn't. I'd be like, yeah, no. No, they're going to find me out no matter what.
Yeah, I don't.
But, I mean, there's enough out there that I'm sure you know what to clean, know what to do, and
Yeah, Kay Havlin's got it there. He was home September 1st. They took the van the 12th. I know she was reported missing on the 11th, so 11th or 12th. Plenty of cleanup time. He is a naive young 20s kid, Salty says. That's very true. Very true. He isn't a pro. Let's see. We have to hope tomorrow brings something. I totally agree with that. This is most likely, if anything, impulsive. It very likely is by the sound of things, especially when we have the ups and downs. They're traveling together in a van for months. It. I just hope she's okay out there. At her age, how long will they look if no signs of foul play?
my thing is this. If he wanted to get away with whatever happened to her, say he did
Mm-hmm.
kill her, if he wanted to get away with that, why wouldn't he just say at the get-go when he got back to town that, she freaked out, she did whatever, there's a police report to back it up that she has a tendency to do this, and, she like somebody said here already tonight, she walked off and left.
Love you too,
Then he
RJ.
wouldn't be held responsible for really anything unless he left evidence, of course, on her. And that might be a little bit problematic.
Right.
But, I mean, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I would have. That's what I would think I would have done, I guess, if I was in that situation.
But we're definitely going to keep our eye on things, guys. And we will keep you posted. Man, just the stuff. I mean, Mr. Adam. Hi. My boys are home. I love you, little boy. Okay. So, Yeah, it just, I don't know. I just hope she's okay out there. I hope that she's found. You know, I hope it. I hope that angle with it being a clout hoax isn't legit, because you know, for inciting a national search, I think they get in some serious trouble. Salty says in something like this, you can't even get tunnel visioned into one thing. Shoot, I can understand that from a physical standpoint, Salty, because I can barely see, people when they're like 5 feet away from me. It's like you have to look really close at everything. You have to keep an open mind. Let's see, people are jumping. Oh, go ahead.
I agree, Salty, but he should be talking. He should at least tell people where the hell
That's my
he's seen
main
her
thing right
last.
there. I mean, like you said earlier, Salty. I mean, he may have PTSD or something like that, but it at least tell the parents, like, okay, you're looking in the wrong place. Kay Havlin says this case is getting to me. Pray tomorrow brings some answers. Yeah, I've definitely gotten emotional over this one too, Kay Havlin. She says, I just want Brian to say something, anything. I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. These generic statements by the family attorney are really ticking me off.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
But if you guys haven't subscribed, please
it's
do
very much
subscribe.
appreciated.
Also, hit that like button. Share it if you want other people to see it. Tomorrow night we'll be back. Maybe with a Summer Wells episode, unless there's something big
Right,
on this one.
right.
And that's also according, or well, if there's something big going on with the Summer Wells one. If not, we'll talk about some other murder mystery, I guess, or something.
Yeah, and if you guys have any cases that you'd like to chat about out here, or you'd like us to talk about and look into, I mean, we're not legal professionals or anything, but this is definitely something that we're really more and more every day just getting into and getting behind, and um, we enjoy the interaction. We enjoy looking into these things, and also just being able to help by spreading the word, especially about those who are missing. And but we definitely appreciate you all coming out and interacting with us. It really means a lot, because I mean, honestly, this channel won't grow without people, and we really appreciate the interaction.
We sure do.
So, I guess with that, you want to wrap up, hun, and we'll be back here around the same time tomorrow evening.
I think so.
All right. Well, everyone, thanks again for tuning in. We appreciate you all, and look forward to interacting with you in subsequent videos. So, y'all have a good morning, noon, or night wherever you are tuning in from.
Bye,
all.
guys.
Oh, that was a